All right, so today on Tiny Torch TV, we're going to talk about a very controversial topic, which is licensing. I know for myself, I had a video that I published once that YouTube said I stole someone else's, not stole, but like there was some background music. And because of that, I then ran into a copyright issue. And so when it comes to sharing original work, sharing other people's videos, maybe in your work, when you're, doing a vocal performance or singing a different song, what are the different licensing, requirements or things that I need to be aware of or that our users should be aware of?
And this is a good one for Nadia because she knows like everything about
No. I don't know everything. I feel like there's a lot of resources that you can go out and find all the legitimate everything about it. But
and we should also probably say that this is not legal advice that we're giving anyone.
Yeah. We are not giving you
This is our opinions, but you should always consult with your attorney.
Yes.
There we
Please.
go. Good. Now you're fine. See, that was very good.
Yeah, that was our disclaimer right there. Now we're all safe. No, but I think we were just discussing about a friend of ours who had a hard time using karaoke tracks, and it's hard to just use a karaoke track and then just sing a cover on top of a karaoke track because the karaoke track is probably already licensed with the original artist in the first place. And so you have to be really careful with licensing. If you want to cover a song, really the best way to do it is just start from scratch. And just play the piano. If you want to just do an acoustic performance of it, if you want to do MIDI instruments, which is like electronic instruments, but just don't use other people's tracks. Just use your own track. There are some websites where they will sell MIDI tracks, which is like electronical tracks. Here's the drum track of this song and this and that, and you can buy basically temporary licensing to create a song out of that. So that's another option. But in my opinion, it's easiest just to cover the song and make it your own, And so that's kind of what I do to avoid problems with copyright and licensing.
So you can come in and sing the exact same song, all the same words, all the same notes and everything, as long as you just make it from scratch.
I think I'm not an expert at this, but I think something that's what I do to avoid any problems with copyright. And also, it's very important to give credit where credit is due. And so if you're covering, for example, this recent video that we covered was Million Reasons by Lady Gaga, very popular song. If I was using her karaoke track or something like that, I'd probably get flagged like this. But I recreated the tracks and covered the song. And then obviously in the title of the video, it says Lady Gaga, Million Reasons, And part of that actually goes to benefit a lot of people who cover songs is for SEO and optimizing. If you tag the title of your video the exact same way that they've titled their video, and then you add your name, cover by Naughty Christine feat so-and-so, then that's a really good way to get your video to be discovered. So it's just important to put their name on there. You can't call it your own content.
Okay. What other tips and tricks do you guys have when it comes to like legal and copyright issues? Like, can you use like 10 seconds of a song, or is that?
I think 10 seconds. I think we used to think it was 15 seconds for some reason. I know that some, even when you use a very limited amount, sometimes they'll still get flagged. And I don't know what's up with that. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's somebody here who knows more about that than me, but I don't know. It depends. But I think, does anybody know exactly how many seconds it is that you're allowed to use?
25. I thought it was 25, but like you said.
Yeah, I've had one video that was less than 25. I think it was 15 seconds that we used, and of like Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball. And it got flagged. So, and now they make money. Actually, sometimes when they flag it, sometimes they'll just take it down and be like, sorry, you can't use this content. And sometimes they'll be like, well, actually, now we're just going to put our ads and make the money that you were going to be making off of our song. So...
Well, there's a list on YouTube of approved songs that you can use that are like the popular songs. You can search it, and it'll either say your video will be viewable worldwide, or it will not be viewable anywhere, or viewable in only certain countries. But you have to be careful, because I did make a video. It was like a Disneyland travel diary, and I used a song from the list that said it would be available worldwide. Said it right there. But when I posted it, my international viewers were like, I can't watch this video. And I didn't know I had so many international views, but apparently I did. So everyone was saying this, it's not showing up. And then my sister in Japan even was like, it's not playing. So I was like, well, I just lost a ton of views because it's not viewable worldwide. People in the USA can view it, but not my, a huge, bigger spectrum of people couldn't
So
watch
maybe
it.
that's why you have to be like Nadia and just redo the
Yeah,
whole thing, make
it
sure
really
that you're
is
not gonna have any problems.
Yeah, it's like it's taking a risk, really. Like even using songs from the approved list, it's a risk.
Because
Doing
those
it.
could change at any time, right?
Yep, and then it even says like there's a little note that says the artist can choose anytime they want whether to completely like take it off the list and make it like completely private or like take your video down or anything, and they have the right to do that anytime they want to.
Just frustrating because for me, like on my travel vlog videos, it's like an 8-hour edit.
Yep,
And I don't want to
yep,
lose that.
Yeah,
So basically, it's risky
it really
and
is.
so it's always
use at
gonna
your
be
own
better
risk. Yep.
to just make your own or
Or
pay
use
somebody to
from,
make you some. Or,
yeah, or I use Epidemic Sounds.
Oh yeah,
which
we
is,
do too.
Yeah, which is there's a great like subscription service where for YouTubers where you can pay. I think I pay $15 a month. You pay more because you have more.
I do pay
Yeah,
more.
you do pay more. But like since I have like a certain like the I think I have like the lowest.
Which is really nice.
yeah,
they
that's-
have it like it depends on how
Yeah.
many subscribers you have.
Yeah,
You'll
they-
pay a lower amount or a higher amount.
And that one is just monthly, and you can use as many songs as you want. And the thing I like about that one, because I don't know, I was like woke up from like a sleep, and for some reason this thought popped into my head, and it freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I decide to stop using Epidemic Sounds? Like just because I don't use it anymore, I don't want to keep paying. And all of my videos with their music gets taken down because I'm not using their site anymore. And I looked it up, and as long as you were a member during the time that video was posted, it's going to be available forever.
Which
so,
is the reason,
so
yeah,
nice,
we've,
yeah.
we've had to figure that out too. Because
Yeah.
we were like, that
I
would not be
know,
okay.
Yeah, it was just some random like thought that popped in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I would recommend Epidemic Sounds, and then YouTube even has a whole list of
Yeah,
royalty-free
YouTube
music.
and whatever editor you use. It's funny because I can now pick out any song
Yes.
that somebody uses from the Mac, on the like Mac editor
Or like
whatever.
YouTube, the
Movie Maker or whatever.
Jenna Marbles uses like dun, 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 dun.
Oh yes, I know that song. I know that
It's on like a lot. I use that like a lot too. So.
But and it's funny. One time I was walking through like Toys R Us, and they had a little commercial playing, and I was like, "Why? How come they're using my music?"
Yeah, local commercials like use
wow.
the music, and I'm like, I know that song.
It's funny. That's so funny.
Besides Epidemic, do you use sites like Audio Jungle or others as well to get audio?
Actually, we have. I'm not sure about Audio Jungle, but we have had just like when people want to promote like their products, we've had people say, hey, do you want to use my song and promote it on your video, or just give me credit and that's it, or just use it whenever you want. And that's been really helpful too, to get some new different music. So if you have any
That's
music,
true. I was just thinking
want to
there's
promote.
that's very like I have a lot of friends who actually who they do that though, either just because they want awareness, they'll just say, hey, just use it and you can, and just give me credit, or sometimes they'll just sell their song.
Would
for
you be like, you're
temporary
usually
licensing.
cool when people like reach out to you and like, hey, I want to use your song in my video. Like,
No one's ever reached out
Oh,
to
no.
use my song in their video. No,
Nadia,
I use my own song in my own videos. No, I've never really thought about doing it that way.
If someone reached out to you, like, what would you say?
I think I would probably sell like either a monthly I don't know, maybe like a small subscription amount to use it or something
Like
like
a little
that's probably
fee,
what I
yeah,
would do.
which is-
I don't know a ton about how that works, but I'm sure there's like a normal procedure of how artists do that and kind of the licensing procedure to do that. But
So we have somebody who writes us music. It's actually my brother-in-law, Cody Crab Music. Go check him out because he's really good. Actually, don't, because he's getting too busy and he's not there for me. No, I'm just kidding. But he will write us a song. We'll pay him a certain amount. Write us a song that fits this certain criteria, and then he will give it to us and we'll promote it. And because we have a big channel that we can. So that's how it's worked for us. And as long as we're just giving him credit and we paid for the song to be made, then he takes it and he can use it wherever he wants, however he wants. Kind of like photography contract. Like we also do photography, or did when we needed it. But what the thing is, it's kind of the same contract where it's like, if you are the one who created it, somebody can pay you to give it to them, and then you can still use it however you want because it's yours and you made it. So I think that's how.
yeah, and I think also the way that you want to use it is really important too, just because I mean, I haven't had people ask me to use my songs that I've produced, but I've done brand deals where they ask me to write a song for a specific video that they want, or to write a song for their company or brand, etc. And then that's far more expensive than just, I don't know. So I feel like it also depends on how you're wanting to use the music. But I think background music, I think that's a fantastic way to do it. Just find somebody who's willing just to write a little bit of music or something like that.
We have like different playlists. So, for instance, Star Wars, and we were like, there's no way we can use anything that resembles Star Wars, and there's nothing really out there that's like off-brand Star Wars. So we were like, write us up a Star Wars song, and he's so funny. He loves Star Wars and all the like the great soundtracks, right? So he's like, I feel like such a ripoff. But it was just, yeah. And he's like, I'm ruining this song that I've looked up to for all my life. But no, he went in and he rewrote it with just different instruments and a little tiny bit different enough that it wasn't going to hit any copyright. And we've used that with all of our videos in that playlist. And then we've even had friends that were also doing Star Wars at the same time because, you know, everybody did Star Wars videos when Star Wars was coming out, obviously. And then we could also say, hey, pay him a little bit and he'll let you use his off-brand Star Wars music. And it was really good.
Awesome. We'll have to include the link below for him. And then as we wrap up this topic, is there anything you'd like to add on like licensing and contracts that you wish you would have known starting out?
What's really sad is most of the time when you envision a video, you have this picture of it with the music that would fit it perfectly, right? Like my son making a cardboard airplane and flying off of the playground and the I believe I can fly. Like that's what I want. So it's really sad because you usually can't use that. We're going to use a little bit of it. But, you know, usually you can't use like the whole song, the thing that would make it the best, right? So keep that in mind. And I don't know, always look around for free music and royalty-free music that you'll be able to use. But I think keep it in mind that you wouldn't be able to probably use the one that would fit it perfectly.
Or just a little bit. Well, thank you so much for talking about like licensing and like contracts and things like that. And join us tomorrow for our last video on this series.